If you will recall, last week I had to abruptly end the video due to unforeseen circumstances. Well, this week we picked right back up where we left off working on the old Jolly Green Giant. So without further ado, let us get busy. Tis Monday and, well, we're waiting on parts. Yep. Ordered the headers from O'Reilly's 3 days ago. Yep, and they haven't even shipped yet. They give me a tracking number. Well, I put that in UPS, and UPS is like, we ain't got a clue what you're talking about, bud. So that's good. The transmission yoke coming from Summit. It's been sitting in Nashville for 2 days. Don't know why. Just has been. So maybe when we get them eventually, you know, we can to finish this up. I did do a little research though. Remember, I was confused about the side post batteries. Well, Chevrolet started using them, or GM started using them in '71. I read that GM invented the side post battery. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. I don't really care for them too much, but that's what we got. So that's what we're going to get. Also, these headlights, remember me telling you these horizontal lines were cockeyed? They come off of GMC. It's a different headlight between GMC and Chevrolet, and that's probably why it's cocked. Yep. We're going to use them, though. I don't care. Yeah, use them for now anyway, because they're free. Free is good. What are we going to do today? Let's see if we can get the cooling system done. Yep, that's about all we can do. Y'all look here what we got. Alloyworks. Well, they've sent us another radiator. If you will recall, the old F100 Silver Bullet we worked on a few weeks ago, you know, they sent us a radiator. It's been cooling that truck just fine and dandy. Yes, sir. Fans work just fine. Oh yeah. This came with the fan assembly already bolted to the radiator, pulled it out of the box just like that. Didn't have to do nothing. No sir. And well, once again, the welds, I mean, they look pretty doggone good. Yep. I do believe they're pretty good radiators. Also, they sent us an aluminum recovery tank. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it here, but I'm not sure just yet. We'll work that out. But yes, sir, it's a mighty fine radiator. I do appreciate Alloyworks sending that to us. Let's get it in the truck, see what it looks like. All right, let's get this thing down in here. I didn't have any the rubber mounts, and I couldn't get any locally, so I just cut the sidewalls out of an old tire. That'll do for now. Only reason I needed that because it was sitting a little too low for our brackets to grab a hold of, but it works pretty good. Let me get this here bracket in place, and then we'll step back and look at it. All right, it's as simple as that to bolt that radiator in there. Not bad at all. It's got an extra hole here. It had a little plug in it. It's 1/8" pipe thread is what it is. I don't know what it's for on this truck, but I know what we're going to use it for. Remember our steam line on the back of the heads? Well, we're going to run that line right here. So I can find an 1/8 to 3/8 adapter. Yep, that's what we'll do. Now comes the fun task of trying to match up radiator hoses to this, because it does not belong in this truck. Yep. I think I've got a hose for the top. This is the one that we had on the run stand. It went from here to the bottom. Well, it won't work on this because this needs to be 1 3/4 and it's only 1 1/4. There's no way I can stretch it to make it work, but I do think it will work over here with a little bit of finagling. Which way did I have that? All right, I finally figured it out again. I forgot which way I had it. I think if we cut her there and here, that should work. So let's try it to see what it looks like. All right, put that on there. And that needs to be cut off a little bit. Now, does it fit or not? Well, that's a little small up here. I wonder if I can stretch it. Let's see. Let me get some Vaseline put on it. There it goes. She went on then. Yep. And that, it'll work. It ain't, you know, ideal, but it'll work. Let me get some clamps on that real quick. All right, I think that's gonna work for the top. Now the bottom one, let me see what I got in my bucket of hoses. See if we can rig something up. Well, I looked through all my hoses and I think I have found one that might work. I had to do a little cutting on it. It was already joined right here too, but I think it might work. It's a little big up here. Let's see if we can't squeeze her down. Maybe it won't leak. We'll give her a try. Let me get a hose on the bottom. And I think if I can find a fitting, we'll do my, what do you call that back there? Steam line here. If not, we'll worry about it after a while once I find a fitting. All right, that looks pretty good. It's a wee bit trying to kink here. This is the suction line, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it'll probably be all right. Well, we got the radiator pretty much done, except for that one hose. We'll worry about it later. Let's take a look at this recovery tank. It looks pretty good. It is aluminum, and those welds, I sort of think a machine might have done that. They sure are pretty. I wish I could weld that good. Anyway, it does have a sight glass over here, so you can, you know, see where your level is, just like any other recovery tank. And it's got a hole in the bottom. Got one on the side at the bottom and then two up here. Well, the way a recovery system works, this will be mounted over here on the side. You'll have a hose running from the radiator here over to this. As the coolant heats up, well, it's going to push it out into this tank. Well, it needs to recover it once it cools down, and it does that by sucking it out of here back into the cooling system as it cools down. Well, if you got it up here, the level would have to stay at the top all the time before it could bring any fluid back out. So you put it down here, and you know, it could be half full and it'll pull it out. It could be right here and you'll still pull it out back into the cooling system. So let's swap one of these down here, and I think it'll work. All this is a metric size. They are O-ringed fittings. They're not pipe thread. Then we get a croissant. Loosen this one up. We'll put her down here. Tighten it up. And then if we want to, let me make sure this one's tight. Then if we want to, we can put this one right back here. You want a vent on these. This cap here is not vented, and you got to have a vent for this to work right. So we'll just leave that one open, and that'll be our vent. So as it fills up, air can escape. And then when it sucks the fluid back out of here, air can come back in. Anyways, let me get this tightened up and we'll fasten it to the fender and run us a hose, and that'll be that. I've already test fit this over here. So I already got some holes drilled. I'm just using self-tappers. Now let me find me a hose, get that hooked up. Got me some hose that hopefully will work. It's a little small, but it's all I got right now, so. Oh yeah, she's fitting on there. Pretty nice. I think I will run it. If it don't kink on me, we'll run it back here and do that right there. We'll cut her off about right there, and I think that'll be it. I think I'm gonna like this recovery tank because I don't have one on any of my vehicles that we've built. And it just, you know, shoots the antifreeze all over the place. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty nice. Cooling system is done, and it was quite simple, quite easy to do. All thanks to Alloyworks for sending us that radiator. Fell right into place. And of course the recovery tank, that's gonna be a nice addition because, you know, like I said, this old stuff we work on, that's the first time that we've had a recovery tank. So yeah, that'll be pretty nice. I will have a coupon code right here. It'll be in the description below, along with a link to Alloyworks. They do more than just radiators. As you can see, we got us a recovery tank. They do all type of cooling products for a lot of different type of vehicles. So y'all go check them out. Appreciate it, Alloyworks.